Hi friends, today we will talk about police clearance certificate for Canadian immigration. A lot of people get it wrong and are confused about it, and therefore they jeopardize their immigration application. So the things we will cover today would be: what is a police clearance certificate or police certificate? Why is police clearance certificate needed? Who needs it and who don't? How to get a police certificate, and things people get wrong, whether it's related to wrong certificate, validity, scan, translation. So stay tuned. So welcome back. My name is Dil Sandhu and I'm a CICC licensed immigration consultant. So without any further ado, let's go right into our today's topic, which is police clearance certificate for Canadian immigration. Okay, let's talk briefly about what is a police certificate. A police certificate is a statement that you don't have a criminal record, or if you have one, a copy of your criminal record. So it basically helps to confirm to the Canadian authorities whether you would be admissible or inadmissible to Canada. So let's talk about why is PCC needed. So PCC is needed to determine if the applicant or their family members have a criminal record or poses a security risk to Canadians. Who needs a PCC? So the principal applicant and any family members who are 18 years or older may need to get a police certificate depending upon the program they're applying to, right? So what I mean by that is not all programs would trigger the request for police clearance certificate. For example, permanent residency application would definitely trigger that. So let's talk about the example of police certificate for permanent residency. So if you and your family member who is 18 years or older has lived in any country for more than 6 months in a row in the last 10 years, you would need a police clearance certificate. Please also note that you don't need to give police certificate for any period of time before you were 18 years of age or for your time spent in Canada. So now one of the most important questions, how to obtain a PCC, right? So if you see that there is instructions on the IRCC website and this is the URL, it will tell you how to obtain a police clearance certificate. And I will also be adding this in the description below. So if I click on this, it will take me to the website which will have information on how to obtain a police certificate. So first I will select the country from which I need a PCC. So let's talk about somebody who needs a PCC from India. So if you go, you will select India and it'll say find out how to apply. So you click on this and it will tell you how to get a police certificate from India and what is the name of the document. It's police clearance certificate. So make sure that it is called police clearance certificate, because some people think, a character certificate from somewhere would also work, but that will not be accepted, right? And how can you obtain one? You can obtain at your local district police station, passport office, Indian embassy, or BLS center. If you are a resident of India and you're applying from India, right, for your permanent immigration, then you can get it from the Passport Seva Kendra. If you click this and let's open in a new tab. If you go here, it will tell you what are the various steps you have to fill up the online form, and then you book an appointment and you will get a PCC. So that is one way to get it. And the benefit of this is that this will be valid for the whole of the country. Whereas if you get a local district police station, that may not be valid, right? Because it's mentioned here that some police certificates have limitations related to the jurisdiction. For example, if you got it from a local district police station from, let's say, Delhi, and you also lived in Bangalore, and then you also lived in Chandigarh, then you might need it from all the places you lived. So it's better to get it from the PSK. Or if you are a resident of Canada, for example, let's say you are an Indian citizen who came to Canada and is living in Canada on a work permit or visitor visa, or for example a study permit, then you can go to BLS center and follow the steps. For example, let me open that. Yeah, so you can go to BLS India canada.com, and then you can select the jurisdiction. For example, if somebody lives in Toronto jurisdiction, they will go proceed here, and yeah, so we will get rid of this, and it will have police clearance certificate, and it will have all the information pretty much, like what is the application fees, which seems to be $41.40, what are the documents required, processing times, and forms and other stuff, right? So this is about how you can obtain a police clearance certificate from India. And now let's talk about the things people get wrong, right? First of all, it's a wrong certificate. I think it's pretty clear. Like, for example, I think we have discussed this before as well. So some people just get a corrector certificate that is not accepted, or certain police clearance certificates which have some limitations related to jurisdiction or the time period for which your criminal record was searched. So just make sure that you have the right certificate. The other thing people get wrong is related to the validity. For the country where you currently live, the police certificate must be issued no more than 6 months before the date you submit your application. And the other condition is must not be expired. So to give you an example, let's say you're applying from India, right? And you're a resident of India. In that case, before you submit your, let's say, permanent residence application, your PCC should have been valid. So that is number one condition, and it should be less than 6 months old and must not have expired. For any other country, the police certificate must be issued after the last time you stayed there for 6 months or more in a row. For example, let's say you are currently a resident of Dubai, right? And you got a police clearance from India 2 years ago, right? But you never went back to India, right? That PCC will still work. But if you went to India even for a day, that would most likely invalidate the PCC. So this is an important point you need to understand. And the other thing people get wrong is related to the scan, right? Police certificate must be scanned copy of the original certificate in color. If you scan the certificate in black and white, if you don't have a printer, that will invalidate the police clearance certificate. It is clearly mentioned that certified true copies or unauthorized copies won't be accepted and will result in your application being rejected. So just make sure that your scan which you sent of the original police certificate is in colored, right? The last point is related to translation. If your certificate is in language other than English or French, so you send the police certificate along with the translation from a certified translator. For example, hypothetically, let's say your certificate is in Punjabi, right? So you need to have a translated copy which is notarized. You need to send a scanned copy of the original. You need to have a copy of the original also certified. Plus you need to have an affidavit of the translator as well. So please make sure that you take care of all of those things. So friends, this is it for now. I would be adding the useful links in the description. If you found the information useful, please do like and subscribe and hit the bell icon. That will motivate me to make more content. Thank you and stay blessed.